my scrappy friends, and welcome back to my channel for another process video. Today I'm going to be working on a 12 by 12 layout. I'm really excited about this one because I am using primary colors. That is something that I feel you just don't see enough of because to be honest, I feel like in scrapbooking world, we kind of lack the whole primary colors. I feel it's so, well, I don't know if it's still now, but I felt back then there was a huge trend of aquas and pinks with yellows and teals and mint greens, which I absolutely love those color combinations, but I do feel we don't have enough boy collections and primary color collections. And sometimes I just want it to be different. And in this case, this layout that I'm doing today is it going in my daughter's album. And that is something that you hardly ever see is a primary color layout. But because it's an outdoors layout, I needed it to be done. So my last video, I did this technique of ink blending with my ink brushes and I'm obsessed with it. So of course I wanted to try it again, but it failed. I used the three colors that you see right there, blue and green, and red. I love the blue and green together, especially because it reminded me of Earth Day, which we just celebrated. But the minute I added the red, that was pretty much I think the only red that I have in my stash at the moment. It looked a little too pink when I grabbed that floral paper. And put it up against the cardstock. Now, I'm going to be honest. This is something that I have experienced with a couple of companies. I'm not going to name them, but with a few companies that when ink pads are really old, I don't know if it's just the ingredients to create the colors and everything else, but the colors do tend to change. I had one that was like a black ink that turned purple. Yes, turned purple. It was the craziest thing. So it's just not the same that it used to be. And in this case, I really do feel like that red turned more of a pink hue. Now, with the design I wanted to create today, I wanted everything in the center. Now I've done this before where I have created a 6.5 by 12 design going, where I'd have my background paper and then I'd have a 6.5, or not 6.5, a 6 by 12. Go ahead and have that separate piece of paper going down the center, and then I'll have like maybe 3 4 by 6 photos. Or I've done it where it's only one photo still on that 6.5 by 12, or I keep saying 6.5, 6 by 12 paper, but maybe some embellishments and then just kind of, again, housing that everything on that one piece of paper. This time I did a little bit different. I didn't do any measurements, but I just created a somewhat of a rectangle of that floral paper, and then that is where I'm going to house my photo, the embellishments, and then I'm going to have everything kind of streamlined going down on the center of that paper as well, with all the embellishments and stickers and everything else I'm going to add to it. Now, that yellow polka dot paper that you see, I had the picture originally on it. Whoops, sorry, there's my phone. I originally had that picture on it, and I felt like it was too close of a shape, which is almost like a rectangle of that floral paper. Anytime I see that, I kind of want to mix it up again just to create that visual interest. And so I decided to go ahead and take that paper and or not matte, but take that paper and actually create a tag with it. And so once I did that, I felt like that was perfect. It added, again, another element, another embellishment to the cluster that I'm going to start. Now, I went through my stash and, again, going through trying to grab as much as I have, which I don't have a lot. I don't know if it's still the trend right now where it's still the aquas and the pinks, especially for girls layouts, but just because I haven't shopped in forever. But I'm using anything and everything that I have. So I go through my stash a lot. Now, once I realized that the white cardstock with that ink blending was not going to work, I continue to keep on scrapbooking while my mind is kind of thinking like, what else am I going to do? That's when I came across and remembered I had this paper by Crepe Paper. The collection was Journey, and it looked like wood grain. I wanted to keep that organic feel since they are outside, with florals and wood grains still for this layout. Now, I'm going to apologize ahead of time. Right now, if you see that halo at the bottom, I am so, so sorry. I got a new phone. My one phone was done, that was as far as paying off, and my son needed a new phone because his was really, really old. It wouldn't even hold the charge anymore. So I gave my old one, got a new one, and the case is kind of has a lift to it, so it doesn't go flat. So, and you all know I'm short, so I put the phone on my little stand. Um, just it's not lined up. So I apologize that I have that halo. That is something that now seeing this, I'm like, okay, I have to definitely grab my stool, look over to make sure that does not happen again for you guys. So bear with me on this one. Anyway, so then I go back to the embellishments, and I had some October afternoon, some I think simple stories, and I just kind of grabbed those that said adventure and the good stuff. And I even grabbed a brad just to add another different type of embellishment, another type of texture. And then I found one that had the number 5 on it. I love trying to incorporate numbers. Just for one, I have so many numbers because I'm not a weekly project life scrapbooker. So I try to look different ways of how to use things that have numbers on it. One of my favorite ways to use numbers is how many people are in a layout. Maybe it's how old they are in the layout that just represents it, even though it's a subtle, it's not even a birthday layout. But if I like to incorporate like number 4, she's 4 years old here. That's just what I like to do. I also like to use numbers for bullet point journaling. Next, I grab these old sticker potamus faux stitched stickers that you saw right there. I have had those since I started scrapbooking. You guys all know I don't get rid of anything. And it was perfect because I really love the look of them. And then, of course, I grabbed some October afternoon for the Troll Hunter. And then I just wanted something at the bottom to anchor it and kind of complete it to where your eyes start at the top of the page and it works all the way down. Like I said, I'm creating that center design from top to bottom. And so I felt the tree was perfect because if I try to bring that tree closer to my title, now I have a floating tree. So it needed to be on the bottom, which was okay because I am going to have my journaling right there by the tree. I just am not going to have it at the end because I'm going to talk about where we're located, which is pretty close to my house. Just for privacy reasons, especially with the internet. You know, got to take precaution. I didn't want to like talk about where exactly I live. So, but that is where I'm going to house my journaling right next to that page. And like I said, that's where you start at the top. You're looking at the embellishments, you're looking at the photo, you read the title, and then you read the journaling. And that's it, everyone. That's my video. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you don't mind giving me a thumbs up, I greatly appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel, I do hope you consider subscribing, and you all have an amazing weekend. And I will talk to you soon with some more videos. All right, everybody. Bye.